What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the Sooner Thirds podcast that tells it like it is. It's Wednesday night. Availability report has come out. It's OU South Carolina. OU on a road game coming off the Red River rivalry. They can try to break the curse of really under BV guys has not shown the ability to put anything together and win some of these games, especially on the road. Hasn't been good under BV. So that's what's at stake this weekend. A massive weekend for Oklahoma football and BV's future. And I say that not to just imply anything, but I mean, let's be real. If you go to South Carolina and lose, and then that's two straight games, it could go downhill from there. This is a big game, in my opinion. I saw someone in the chat say, do we know for sure John Mateer's playing? Yeah, he's playing. He's not even on the availability report.
Yeah, small availability report. Not a whole lot of OU guys on there. I think I was kind of surprised. There's a couple of things. Keontae Lewis, doubtful.
Yeah, I think that changes by I mean, he'll be questionable or probable by the game.
The other one was Simmons being ready to go. I was kind of surprised by that, but sounds like he is, so that's good.
That's big.
Here's the thing, man. I was watching a little bit of South Carolina today. Their O-line, it might be worse than OU.
They fired their coach.
It might be worse than Jerm. They have like 4 starters out, O-line.
OU should dominate the line of scrimmage on that side of the ball, Jay. And here's the other thing. Think of the receivers OU's faced this year. Auburn, the McCauley guy at Michigan's really good. You had Texas with Wingo and Livingston. South Carolina doesn't have those dudes on the outside, Jay.
They got some talent at running back and wide receiver. I just don't think their O-line's that good to block. That's the problem. I think this is gonna be a low scoring game. Very low scoring.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the chat.
What's it gonna take for OU to win?
Well, you're going to have to score some points offensively.
You're kidding.
Not turn the ball over, Jerm.
Goodness, man. You and your takes, dude. It's unbelievable.
You don't turn the ball over, Jerm.
Oh, you're going to have to score some points offensively? You're kidding. Like,
I didn't finish what I was saying because I'm looking at you and you're in a dark dungeon. I couldn't really see your face. I didn't know you're still talking. Jerm, when you think about it, somebody, I think, put this in the Discord. Did you know this stat? I didn't know this was true. I haven't looked it up to verify it, but OU hasn't scored more than 2 offensive touchdowns against any team in SEC except Auburn and Alabama.
Bad, Jay.
Can you believe that? And it brings something up, and I got to thinking about this. Because you could say right now, if you look at across college football, the one guy and the one coaching staff that you could say, man, these guys – they got it. It would be Indiana, okay? Cignetti. Did you know Cignetti's had the same coordinate offensive guys for like 12 years?
Yeah, they followed him, Jay.
His coaching staff, a lot of them have been together for like 11 or 12 years. That matters. If you look at OU, it's been a revolving door on the offensive side, other than the position coaches.
Yeah. OU softball killing it tonight. Hey, Damon, thanks for asking. I'm feeling better. So appreciate you asking. Hey, FanStop Jay asked about South Carolina's edge rushers. Yeah, they're really good. Dylan Stewart is the one that, I mean, everyone remembers from last year. He was a freshman last year. Thomas is good. Like, they've got their front's not bad. Now the edges are the strength of their front. The middle is not as good as the edge rusher. So I'm not sure. Like, OU's got to pass protect well. It's very good news that Simmons is going to be ready, it looks like, because having to block those guys is no small chore, and Fasusi is going to have his hands full this week. Good test.
Hey, and I hope not, Colin. I hope we're not. But, hey, we got to talk about it. I was gone just for the minute there at the beginning. Did you talk about Jaden Gibson at all?
No, it's no news.
Well, it's news. He left. He's not on the team anymore. That's news. That is
not
news.
Any news.
That is news. He's not on the team anymore, Jeremy. That's news. Now, I don't think many people thought he was going to play at Oklahoma.
Correct.
Based off all his injuries. But it's another guy that at wide receiver and he had injuries as a reason. But I mean, do we need to go down the list of guys that we thought were going to be difference makers and haven't?
No, we'll be on there all night, Jay.
Let me throw a name out there for you. Do you remember this name? Jaquez Petaway.
Yes. What's he doing nowadays?
I have no clue, Jeremy, but do you remember all the hype?
I do, Jay, and he had 9 catches in one game.
I have a question, and I'm curious why he's not playing. I'm very curious on this one.
Why? Who is it?
Jacob Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't care about the measurables. I don't care about his talent.
But Jay,
you could say he was the best receiver last year.
Jay, has Satania been bad?
No, but like, what if you just said no Canick and played him in the slot?
Now that's an idea. Go
spread them out. You spread them out,
and play no tight ends. Spread out.
The reason I bring it up is he was pretty good when he played. He gets open. He gets open.
I also don't understand the Kearney. Like, I'd like to see Kearney every now and then. Sooner history says he gets open, he should be out there.
And I know he's a slot, and that's what I'm saying. What if your Canick's not blocking anybody, right?
He's not saying for Satania. He's saying bring him in for Canick some. Which I don't hate that, Jay. I don't hate that.
Is if you're going to move Canick out to slot instead of having blocking, why not just put another receiver out there?
Yeah, and again, Maj, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Jay is not saying to replace
I'm not saying bench Satania for Jacob Jordan. Not saying that at all. I'm not saying that.
And I agree, Tommy Tough Knuckles. The development at the wide receiver position under Emma Jones has been bad at best.
Yeah, hey, you would expect with Keontez Lewis maybe being a little bit lighter duty, or if he's doubtful, might not play, you would think Javonte Gibson will be the guy that gets a lot more snaps. And he needs targets.
You would expect that.
As Chris says, he's the biggest physical receiver you got. You got to throw him some balls. He's played 2 games. He's caught what, 2 balls?
He caught 1 last week, and he threw 1.
1 the week before. So he's caught 2 balls in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He needs more targets. I'm for whoever, and if it's Elijah Thomas, who put that in here? Listen, I don't care who you play. If you got guys that can make a difference and get the ball in hands, get it in your hands quick and see what.
Where have you heard that? Where have you heard he's going to play more? Like,
I haven't heard that.
No, I'm asking Troy.
Okay.
Where'd you hear that? That he's playing more? Jay, one thing to note. One thing to note is this. Javonte Barnes is questionable. Apparently had the injury before the Texas game during warm-up session, which is why he wasn't on the injury report last week. This is a game where if you're going to have to double the right side, as someone said, Gabe Eichert said they're going to have to do, you'd like to have Barnes because he's a guy who can come out and chip pretty hard and use his blocking skills if you're going to do that. Doesn't sound like he may be on the field this week. And
Chris put it in here. Thanks, Chris. Says Petaway has 9 catches for 25 at Eastern Carolina this year. And so that's kind of why I brought him up, is go down the list of guys that came to OU that was hyped, or maybe bad evaluations, or is that what it is?
There are some bad evals, Jay. I believe there have been. It's both. It's combo, dude. It's like anytime you go get anything in a fast food, you get the combo meal. That's what's happening. Bad evaluation, bad development.
That's why I think we're going to see after year 1 as far as Nagy, because Nagy's not going to go off the rankings. He's going to have his own rankings. And if you listen to Kurt Signetti, they don't really go off rankings.
Yeah.
And they're doing pretty good.
I like all the comments about Blaylock. He's been Jay, I would argue Blaylock's been the most impressive person on the offensive side of the ball. As a true freshman, to do what he's done, it's been very impressive. And Brennan Thompson is doing well at Mississippi State.
I would guess
what is Blaylock and X-Rob?
Did I miss something? What did BB clarify? I might have missed it.
I don't know if it was BV or Arbuckle, but I thought yesterday they said They have a meeting on Thursday and determine who the
Oh.
first 2 running backs are.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
I heard that. Yes, I heard that. I don't know. I just want this team to go out on Saturday and get the W, get the win, and go back home 6-1, playing Ole Miss. Who do you got in the Ole Miss Georgia game, Jeremy? Do you think Georgia beats them?
I think Georgia's home. They're going to win that game. There's some good games this week. You got Notre Dame, USC. You've got LSU and Vandy.
Tennessee, Bama.
Some good slate of games this weekend.
Really good games. Hey, the Notre Dame USC got me thinking. You know the tush push game?
Yes.
Do you remember what happened the play before that?
I don't, Jay.
Liner was running around to the outside and got like windmilled up in the air, and the ball squirted out of bounds.
That's right.
So they gave him one more play, but I had totally forgotten it. There was 7 seconds left. They didn't have a timeout. They were only down 3. I could not. When I went back and rewatched, I think they didn't kick a field goal there. They went for a touch. I'm surprised.
Gutsy.
Yeah, it was good. That's Pete Carroll, man. Pete Carroll did that kind of stuff.
Hey, no, they're not going to give BV another year because of Nagy. No, I don't think they should because of Nagy. If anything, Nagy may want to move on. Like, I don't know the dynamic. I don't know the situation, the flow chart, all those things. But they're not going to give BV another year because of Nagy. I don't think so. They may give BV another year depending on the record for sure. Don't think it's because of Nagy. Mez says after week 7, Satania is a SEC top 6 receiver so far. He's a dude. John Mateer simply needs to get the ball out of his hands sooner. Yeah. And Drew. That's true. That is true. And actually, I thought, Auburn outplayed Georgia last week. Auburn outplayed them. No, they're not going to let Nagy go. Man, Jay, I mowed Dad's today.
Yeah.
My eyes will not stop watering and blinking.
Oh, really? You drinking water? Are you drinking water? Hey, I saw somebody ask about Notre Dame coach to Penn State. Germ, you know a name to watch for that situation?
Yeah, Matt Rule and Mike Elko.
No, another one.
Who?
And it's a guy that was number 1 on my list last year for OU as OC. Dan Mullen.
Oh, he's not leaving at UNLV.
Why? To be Penn State?
Because he said he wasn't, Jay.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything.
I know it doesn't.
You know they're undefeated and putting about 50 a game.
Yeah, they are, Jay.
He got them cooking over there.
Jay,
their defense isn't very good. But,
Jay, can they be the Group 5 representative?
Well, they're undefeated.
I know. How crazy would that be? Dan Mullen back in the playoff. Hey, why would Mike Elko leave A&M? I agree. It's a weird thing to think that, but he graduated from Penn. He's from that area. That's the only reason I bring it up. I don't think it'd be Mike Elko.
And Sooner Cowboy, that would be a better fit probably, but I think Dan Mullen was born in the East as an East Coast guy. But yeah, I understand. I think Auburn will be a good fit.
Mark, if OU wins 5 more games, they're 10-2 and in the playoff. That's exactly what happens.
That's exactly right. It's not the go-go offense. This is not Brendan Marion's offense. It's Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
But Navy's undefeated too. Man, there are so many job openings, dude. And it sounds like, I don't know if you've heard the rumors. It kind of sounds like Florida's getting ready to open up this weekend. Have you heard the rumors out of Florida?
I have not heard. I've seen a couple things.
Yeah.
Seen a couple things, Jay.
Sounds like maybe win or lose, they might get rid of him.
Yeah. Hey, guys,
you know what happens when you have these jobs open up in the middle of the year? You have other colleges that think if they're going to fire their coach, they're going to go and do it because they want to get a guy that's already out there. It really makes the doors move quickly, I think.
Yeah. And what is Sacramento State's record, Jay? How's their offense doing?
I
honestly don't follow them.
Germ. I didn't know they had a football team. So it's Sacramento State. I can care.
Memphis is also undefeated. Yeah, Jen. They have a good chance at being group of 5. Their schedule's a little tougher.
Hey,
allegedly, Billy Napier will be fired Sunday, regardless if Florida wins or not.
Yes. Hey, it's going to be a battle because you also have South Florida that's got one loss, but look who they beat. Like, that's going to be a battle down to that group of 5 team.
Yeah, now Junior fan has G.J. Kinney going to Oklahoma State and Rhett Lashley to Arkansas.
Hey, and I agree with Drew here, and I tell you what, I like Kiffin.
He hadn't won the big one, though.
I know, but I think I like him, dude.
He's kind of like a golfer who hasn't – a good golfer who's never won a major. That's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, but a lot of people –
that's who he is.
A lot of people thought they'd be down this year.
Agreed, but I'm not wrong in my analogy.
They're not. Their defense is pretty good, too.
I'm not wrong in my analogy. He may be the best coach that hasn't won an important game. Hey, Colin, I agree. Taylor Wine is like ranked very high in tackles for loss. In the
leads OU, yeah.
Leads OU, yeah. He's had a great year. Hey, guys, check out the Fan Stop, thefanstop.com/OU. That takes you straight to the OU Shirt of the Month Club. If you're a South Carolina fan, though, you can check out theirs as well. Use code SURGE to get 10% off the first 3 months. Go check out the Shirt of the Month Club on thefanstop.com.
Hey, Jerm.
Yeah.
Speaking of jobs, with all these jobs are opening, Mike Gundy's probably sitting there thinking,
He don't put his name in there. And
hey,
also, when he throws the Gundy with him.
You know a great spot for him? If Mullen leaves, UNLV, Gundy to Vegas.
Hey, Jay, the Gundy brothers will go together.
I agree with you. I think they will, Jerm. I think they might.
Platone says, I don't think BV has the skills to be a head coach, but I would love to have him as a DC, one of the best in the country. Is there any way to make him high? Definitely not. I wouldn't say that BV is like a very arrogant person, but I don't think there's any room in him to say, I'll just step down and be a DC. I think, for one, we'll see what happens this year before that happens, but I just don't see that happening. Jay, you going to yell at Ron again tonight? I missed it last night.
No, I'm trying to figure out, and I think maybe he's been in here before. I'm kind of confused on ski brick here.
What do you mean?
You'd say you'd come back win or lose. Well, you got your butt kicked and you ain't been back, clown. I don't know what. Maybe he's talking to somebody in the chat. I'm confused by it. Don't know.
What's our temperature on Arbuckle? Well, what's our temperature on Arbuckle?
There's a lot of people I've heard say, I'm just not sold on Arbuckle. I'm not there. Yeah, I think Arbuckle, you got to give Arbuckle more time. I mean, I think he's done some things well. Here's what you would have to do. Oh, he's talking about somebody else. Okay, sorry. Here's what you have to do if you're sitting there watching Arbuckle. Okay, you got to let him get through a season first. And now you're at the stretch of games where you're going to see how good of an offensive coordinator is. Now, Jeremy, I will say this. Remember when we had the guy from Washington State on?
Yes.
Do you remember what he said the number one issue with Arbuckle was?
Deep balls.
No, that was Mateer. The number one issue with Arbuckle. Do you remember this?
I don't recall it, Jay.
Third quarter and adjustments.
Hasn't been good.
That was his number one complaint. He said they weren't good in the third quarter coming out of half times.
Hasn't been good.
As far as making adjustments. And so I'm going to start watching that. I haven't really watched that, but I'm just thinking back to the big games this year. They've been good at the start of games more than they have third quarter. But listen, and I agree with this, Bagman. You got to give them a chance to bring in these guys, and you got to figure out. And then I guess ultimately it does fall on the OC, but the running game, dude, you aren't going to win much without a running game at all. You got to.
You got to figure something out there, Jay.
You got to figure something out there, man.
Now, Bagman says Arbuckle's handicapped, wasn't allowed to bring his own staff, and I agree that's true. He only brought a couple guys. One's an analyst, one's a QB coach, but. Yeah, and Dalpost, I don't know who's not. If you're not rooting for BV, then you're not an OU fan. Because right now, OU's 5-1. You should be rooting for OU to win because they would make the playoff. They control their own destiny, ladies and gentlemen. So now there's been some plays, like even last week, there are some good calls. You had the Giovanni Gibson trick play. You've had several other different calls. I don't know if it's just that.
What can you do in a week?
Hey,
I mean,
hey, Chief. So, hey, Chief, right now, type it in the chat. You want OU to lose, right? I'm guessing. It's bad fan. Bad fan. I'll tell you, you're a bad fan.
Germ, you think about this. The O-line's been a problem all year, really. I mean, what would you say their best game was? Was it the Michigan game? Maybe they played pretty well against Michigan. That might be their best game.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes that game still, though.
There were, but I'm just saying, so what can you expect to see on Saturday with the O-line in the run game?
I hope to see that there's some schematic changes. That would be my biggest thing. Hey,
Germ, to be fair, you've been saying that every week.
I have, Jay, and it hasn't happened.
You thought last week they went inside and he did all these trick plays for Texas. Do you remember that? That was you saying they got all this stuff.
No, that was me saying
they're going to run it to the left, and then they're going to come out there and they're going to do that. Remember you were doing your little Rudy impersonation last week?
Yeah, it also had to do with Mateer, correct. Y'all agree that OU needs to get bigger, longer. On defense, I don't know that that's true. On offense, I would like to see more size at receiver. Yeah, for sure. I think that's for sure. Hey, I'm going to open the phone lines, Jay. Again, check out the fanstop.thefanstop.com, but phone lines are going to be open. Give us a holler tonight. We'll talk OU South Carolina, 11:45 on SEC Network this week. Early kick, 2 Saturdays in a row, and that should be OU's kind of MO. They love that time, Jay. They're used to it, maybe more so than any other team.
Colin's asking your record prediction for the rest of the year.
I've got 9-3. Wait. What do you mean? I just saw something my name in something. You want to say that crap about BV, then ignore the comments calling you? What?
I'm calling you out.
For what?
I don't know.
Am I saying I want OU to win games? And that if you don't want OU to win, you're not a good fan? I won't back down from that. If you want OU to lose, you're not a good fan. Period. You're not a fan. If you want them to lose, you're not a fan. Period. Facts. End of story.
Picking them to lose doesn't mean you're not a fan.
I didn't say picking them. I said if you want them to lose. If you want them to lose, you can't be a fan. Why would you want them to lose? Now I want OU to win with BV.
Yeah.
Like,
come on now.
Duh! Hey, make this make sense to me, Jay.
I'm with you, Germ.
I'm going to get fired up on here real quick.
I'm with you, Germ. I
need some light on me.
Yeah, you're dark over there, bro. You're dark. Oh, man. Now, Drew's got 2 losses, Knoxville and Bama. OU's probably going to win this week because I'm not picking them. So they're probably going to win. So every OU fan on here should be extremely excited about this game. OU will probably win by 20 points because I don't think I've gotten a pick right all year long. So y'all should be thrilled. Y'all should be thrilled. I disagree that making O-line run block better takes a long time. In second half, Texas had 88 rushing yards against the best team. They made changes in halftime and didn't take weeks. Yeah, that's fair. They did make some changes at halftime. And they got better at it than what they were doing in the first half, too.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Teresa says, if you're not winning, you're losing. Great comment, Teresa.
That's true. Ron says, I said, if you don't root for BV, you're not a fan. No, I said, if you don't root for BV and OU to win, you're not a fan. Yeah. I mean, what are we doing here?
Hey, Eric 405. What about the Mizzou Batman? Do we stop them? I mean, I think if OU's, I think a team like that is heavy run, I think OU would be able to slow them down. Yes. I mean, Alabama didn't stop them, but they slowed them down under their average. But I think OU could do pretty well against a pure running team. I mean, Missouri can throw the ball around a little bit, but that quarterback struggled against Bama. I mean, how many couple interceptions he had? He he kind of struggled down the stretcher when they really needed him to. So,
hey, no, Chief, I'm going to say this because Kurt Cignetti's an interesting thing. I love everything I hear about Kurt Cignetti, but if he came to OU and said, I don't care about stars, I just want guys I can develop, everyone would be ripping him.
No, Jerm. He wouldn't even get about 2 months into the job, and people be like, "Why is he going after 3 stars?"
I love Cignetti, but he wouldn't fit the narrative for OU fans.
Yeah,
and the other thing, Jay, the other thing is, hey, type it in the chat right now. Hey, I agree if he wins, who cares? And it's the same with OU and Soul Mission. When they were 5-0, why was anyone talking about Soul Mission? It's dumb. Hey,
just win, baby.
Just win. I want someone in the chat. Type in the chat the following. I want OU to lose. I outside of Texas Nightmare, there shouldn't be anyone typing that if you're an OU fan. So he's a winner this year for sure. And last year, yeah, he's been a winner.
He's been a winner, man. He's a winner. It's what he is. He's a winner wherever he's been. Hey, Cowboys fans, root for the Cowboys despite hating Jerry. OU fans can root for OU but not BV. I did it with my Packers. I hated Rodgers but loved the Packers. I mean, that's fair, Chris. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't like the way Jerry Jones do, but there's not one Sunday I sit on my couch and I say, gosh, I hope they lose today.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Not a fan. It's not a fan when you start doing that. The link's right here, Colin. I thought I put it in there earlier, but
you did. You put
Cignetti has won everywhere. He's been great. Yeah. I mean, you got to get to the top 12. You got to be in the playoff. OU controls their own destiny. I think they take a big step forward, Jay, with a big road win against South Carolina. I think you're picking South Carolina. Look, I think this is we're going to see what kind of leaders this team has, Jay. We're going to see. I've said it. A lot of fans have said it on here. I think they have great leadership in the locker room on this year's team. The defense is loaded with leaders. Offense, you got John Mateer, who's the penultimate leader, as from what players have said. And they got other guys, too, I think, that are leaders in the offensive room.
Hey, I like what Mont PBM Gaming says here. If OU beats South Carolina, OU will run the table. Heard it here first. We should bookmark that. That's 28 minutes in. And you know what I like?
I can't see him running the table.
No, but do you know why I like that comment? I think what he's saying mainly
huge game.
This game is huge for the momentum, for everything with this team. I think that's more what he's saying is like, hey, you win this one. Hey, I mean, it's such a big game, Jerm. And you know what? After this one, the next biggest game will be Ole Miss. I mean, you can go down the list. 918 says, can most of us agree BB's record would be far different had we stayed in the Big 12? I think the transition to the SEC had helped tarnish his perception from fans. Probably.
And Mez is right. Every game is huge.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, and I agree with 918. I agree with 918 there. I mean, it's been a difficult road. Hey, this to me feels like a game that if OU can get some turnovers and play a clean game offensively and get some turnovers on defense and play that stifling, suffocating defense, they're back on track, Jay. Then they're going to be going home to face an Ole Miss team who likely could be coming off a loss. I mean, you look at Ole Miss's schedule, this is a gauntlet for them. At Georgia, at OU, like 2 straight roadies. OU's got to do that after Ole Miss when they go to Tennessee and to Bama. You've got to win 2 in a row. You've got to win 2 in a row.
I agree, Jerm. You got this team. You need to win South Carolina, and you need to beat Ole Miss at home. I agree with you, Jerm. You need to be sitting 7-1. Arkansas. I mean, I know Ole Miss is undefeated, but they struggled last week. They're so up and down. Arkansas probably beats them if they don't fumble. They win that game against Arkansas like 51-45. Last week, that team they played last week, Washington State, moved the ball on them, scored a bunch of points, 20-something. I mean, they could have beat them. So they're not like every week playing great. They're kind of up and down. They are very up and down right now.
Now, Damon, if OU wins at South Carolina and beats Ole Miss, Missouri, and LSU at home,
9-3.
they finish the year at 9-3. That does not guarantee them the playoffs because it really just depends on what the others do in the conference. 9-3 with that schedule can get you in the playoffs.
I'm glad
it's not a guarantee, though.
I'm glad he brought it up, though, because let's just take that scenario, 9-3. Okay. Texas A&M won't have 3 losses. So I would think Texas A&M is going to be in. Okay. Georgia, I don't think has 3 losses. I think Georgia would be in. Alabama, probably not going to have 3 losses in the conference. So I think they're in. That's 3 teams right there. The problem is Texas has you on the head-to-head. So Texas probably gets in above you. That's 4. That's why I'm sitting there thinking I don't think 9-3 gets in, Jeremy.
It probably, but Jay, it does depend.
That's where that Texas loss hurts you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It also depends on who losses are to.
Well, let's say Texas loses to Georgia, and they have 2 conference losses, Georgia and Florida. Would they go in over 9-3 OU, and they lost to Ohio State? They're 3 losses, but 2 in the conference.
Well, yeah, 2 in the yeah, they're going in over OU. I'm saying if they had 3 losses in the conference, they're done.
Probably, yeah.
There's no probably about it. They'd have 4 losses.
4 losses, they'd be out. Yeah, they'd be out.
And Georgia, and then of course they got A&M at home the last week of the year, so you never know on that. So
now, A&M this week has a tricky, sleepy game at Arkansas. I think that's going to be an interesting game.
Jay, did you say everyone was capable of winning out except OU?
I didn't say that.
I don't know what Chavez is talking about.
Well, you could win out. Who said they couldn't? Who said OU couldn't win out?
I didn't say anyone was winning out in the SEC.
But who said they couldn't?
I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat.
Oh, I don't know, Joe. I can't keep up with everything.
Mark's pretty confident in his take. Oklahoma will never make the college football player under Brent Venables. The link is not working, they said.
Let me try it.
Well, you're going to do the same thing I did, Jay. Do the same thing I did.
Well, I'll try it there, Jerm. Let me try it. There you go. Check that one.
I know Colin was going to call in and he didn't, so maybe it isn't working, Jay.
Hey, check out
figure out anything on the chat with the @
Yeah, there it is. It's working now. Imagine that, Jerm. It's a magic touch of Jason there. Got it working. Hey, we got a caller on the line. His name is Colin. What's up? And then I want to address this. I've done some research. From what I found out, it's something that YouTube's starting to maybe slowly roll out. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out if we can fix it. Colin, what's going on?
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Doing okay. You?
Good. I guess you just had the magic touch.
I guess so, man. Let's hope OU is a magic touch on Saturday.
But, yeah, I think just in our situation, I think, of course, just from expectations of how we performed against Texas, I think it's more of like the execution of like it was there. Like, of course, I went back and watched the Oklahoma breakdown and In the Weeds and saw the possibilities where that we could have taken advantage. Like you guys mentioned in the beginning, where you could hit Deion Burks early and try to have a foot race with him going to the end zone a couple plays. But besides the point, going to South Carolina, I think our D-line is going to have a field day. I think they do what they did against Auburn, if not worse, because they do have that injured offensive line, and they did just fire their coach, and sometimes it takes a week or a couple weeks to get under that new resume and under that new coaching staff. But I think, and even just looking at our record after Texas, like if we lose to Texas, we have a pretty good winning record after losing to Texas the next game after. I think
the week after.
Now, but that's more Bob Stoops. I know BV's had one after that, but that was a Bob Stoops thing, a lot of it.
But I think you're going to definitely, with of course another week under Mateer's belt of good on good practice. Derek Simmons trying to get better. And I think I forgot where I heard it, but I've heard some people mention we should maybe go like 10 personnel and like move Kanik to like outside receiver, like line him up outside and not as a blocker. And
That's why I brought up Jacob Jordan, because I think Jacob Jordan did that role.
Of course, last year we tried to do the tight ends versus Dylan Stewart, which
better not do that again.
We'll try to do again, and if that happens, fire everybody. But like I said, I think we're going to see a good bounce back win, and we're going to be
score prediction
27-7.
Wow.
There's some sunshine right there. I like that.
Colin bringing the positive.
I don't think that's
shades
too
on, man.
crazy, because the only thing that's looking at South Carolina, watching their highlights, we're going to have to tackle better than we did against Texas. Lenore Sellers is a big QB. He's not going to be, but South Carolina is kind of like OU in the sense of Lenore Sellers is their offense.
Yeah, he's what makes him click. I mean, that's for sure.
I think our defense is going to be able to contain him enough and give our offense short field position. And John Mateer, of course, another week of good on good and rest and good practice. I think we can bounce back and have a fighting chance against Ole Miss and get there.
Yeah. Well, I like the take. I like the take, Colin. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
What's your guys' score prediction?
I'm not giving mine till Friday on our game time video.
I'll give you. Hey, thanks for the call, Colin. I'll give you guys mine. I'll let Colin go here, but I'm going to give you. I'll go and give you my score prediction. It's early, so people are going to hate me for this. I know I'm going to get a lot of shade thrown at me for this, but I got 20-17, and I got South Carolina only scoring one offensive touchdown, but they're scoring 20 points because they're going to get a turnover for a touchdown. And I got OU losing 20-17.
Man, Jay.
And people are going to come at me, but you should be freaking pumped and excited, guys.
Sergeaholics. That's huge for OU.
That's huge news, and I'm picking against OU. Okay?
Let's get to Corey. Corey followed by Keith on deck.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
I wanted y'all's takes on this. So, obviously, we saw the injury report. Do y'all think Derek Simmons is going to play?
I do.
Yes.
The word is it's a sprained ankle. Tape that bad boy up because they got two edge rushers you got to have him for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I completely agree, and I think he's going to play as well.
What's your prediction?
Honestly, last weekend, this stuck in my mind because my dad told me that we were going to beat Texas 38-17. So I'm going to go 38-17. OU's going to beat South Carolina.
1 week early, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
positive. More sunshine. Great.
Hey, thanks for the call, Corey.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I think Simmons plays, Jay. I think he plays.
Hey, before we get to Keith, Steeler Man, I saw him talking about Jason on throw some shit at me. Hey, do you remember the Thunder last year? Felt like I picked against them all playoffs, and they won the whole freaking thing.
This is a huge night for the
This is a big night. Sooner fans should be on there. They should be saying, thank you, Jason. And guys, I'm basing off one thing. I got to see the offense in an SEC game perform well.
Auburn.
They didn't perform that well. They won the game. They didn't perform that well. Let's get to
yards passing.
What's up, Keith?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Hey, I thoroughly enjoyed the show last night. I feel like I was surrounded by a huge chorus of people calling for the firing of these offensive specialty team coaches, the Bill Bedenbaugh, the Joe John Finley, the DeMarco Murray, and go down the list. And it's very interesting to me that under 4 years of Brent Venables, there's been 3 offensive coordinators, but none of these specialty coaches have been fired.
Actually, 4 offensive coordinators if you count Joe John.
Yeah. And, you've made the case. People are leaving. You went down the list. What running back is great? What wide receiver is great? Have gone on to the NFL since Lincoln Riley's days?
None.
Very few to none. But yet we have players that are leaving the program and going to other schools and seemingly doing pretty decent because why? They're getting developed.
It's a strange thing.
It seems that way. I mean,
a
Tolly Walker didn't need to be developed. He was good enough, but he's not there anymore.
But it's a strange thing because what Keith says is right, that when you have that much turnover at the coordinator position, you should also have turnover at offensive position coaches, and they haven't.
Exactly.
And they haven't.
That's right. So I don't know who's protecting these guys and why they're getting a free pass and nothing's being done about it. But my gosh, is it going to take the Sooners just revolting and stop going to games when they lose? I don't know what the secret ingredient is, but my gosh, they need to change. They need to clean house and let Ben Arbuckle bring in his choice for the positions.
That's more of it, is maybe Arbuckle would get some guys who have run his system before. Maybe I don't know. It's a good point, Keith.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, man.
Something's got to change. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Keith. Hey, quick, before you get off, you got a score prediction for Saturday?
Boy, I tell you, I haven't followed a lot of South Carolina. You know, I'm out here in Alabama, and if I listen to, what's his name, the big talking guru, Feinbaum, I'd probably be getting all the inner circle stuff, but I don't listen to him. So I don't know, maybe 21-7.
Oh, there we go. I like it. I like the positivity, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks.
Hey, real quick, I got to get to something. I'm confused, and phone lines are open if anybody else would like to call in, but I'm very confused on the Microwave Society comment. Real quick. DeMarco Murray has been at Oklahoma since 2020.
It's not Mike. Yeah, exactly.
Joe John Finley came when Levy came. Emmett Jones has only been here a few years. But my point is, some of these guys, Bill Bedenbaugh has been around since 2013. What do you mean Microwave Society? What I'm talking about are guys, and Keith brought it up, something I talked about last night, guys that either have left Oklahoma and went on to do things at other schools. But what guys that have stayed at Oklahoma since Brent Venables got there would you say have been developed? I'm talking offense. Name one, Jeremy. We talked about this last night. Go.
Well, we already talked about it, Jay.
Somebody that's been in the program like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and I saw a comment.
Kearney played last year. Kearney's not playing this year.
Hey, I wanted to respond to Drew's comment about if you lose to a bad out South Carolina team. First off, South Carolina's record isn't good, but wait, Jay. But to sit here and act like they're a bad team, I'm gonna say that's false. I mean, they went into Death Valley and hung with and played pretty well against LSU. And by the way, is Drew a Texas fan? Because they lost to a bad Florida team. So,
hey,
they lose to bad team. I don't think South Carolina is bad.
South Carolina on the road would be a good win. For sure.
Yes, I've argued that all week, Jay.
Now, Kenneth says the reason all the running backs left is because we didn't want to pay them what we wanted to pay quarterbacks and defensive linemen. So it's not development. You sound like a bunch of squirrels. That was a nickname of mine growing up, Kenneth. I'm glad you brought that up, Kenneth.
Squirrel and grasshopper.
You were the grasshopper. I was called squirrel. I'm glad you brought that up, Kenneth. I mean, y'all can call me squirrel. You can call me all you want. Kenneth, I got a question for you. Phone lines are open as well. If you'd like to call and talk, call and chat, or you can put it in the chat, Kenneth. Give me a name of 2 people on offense that you've saved developed. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, hey, everyone in here do it. Put 2 offensive players that have been.
They've had to have been there at least 2 years.
They had to have played at OU for 2 consecutive years that have developed on the offensive side.
That you'd say have gotten a lot better.
It's probably going to be silent, Jay. Jordan doesn't even play.
But he doesn't play, so you can't say that. He doesn't even play.
If he'd been better, he'd be playing. It's not a trick question.
Are the crickets in my garage or on the chat?
I think it's in the chat now. DG did, Jay, but it was because Levy. Levy was the OC. I mean, that's what it was.
He got better when he went to Oregon.
He got way better when he went to Oregon.
Okay, right. So you can't really say that.
Wow,
calling me a squirrel, but Kenneth hasn't responded with an answer.
Hey, and Everett is hurt. It's hard to tell. Everett did get better on the O-line. Now, Kannick, you can't say because it's the first year he's played it.
And I understand, listen, gaming, I understand the injuries, but I'm just asking the question. If you're talking about it, you got to bring it. No,
Jay, did you mention this last night about Sawchuk and Barnes?
well, I mentioned after the bowl game how we all thought they were going to be awesome at tandem.
Their freshman year was their best year.
Tandem. They got worse, didn't they? Or they didn't
Their
play.
freshman year was their best year.
Guyton, we mentioned last night. Guyton got better. Correct. That's one.
And there's some linemen like a Walter Rouse or the other guy, McCade Mator, got better his second year. He was developed. Some of the old linemen have been developed, and Beatenbow's been questioned more than anyone. But look at Emmett Jones and DeMarco Murray guys. They haven't, Jay.
Hey, Kenneth, I'm waiting on your answer.
It's also Chavez.
I'm waiting on some answers. I'd love to know. I seriously would love to know.
I don't think they can give you any, Jay.
Because right now I'm a
pattern.
squirrel.
Yeah, seeing a pattern.
Hey, I'm a squirrel. Let me go get some nuts real quick. I'll be back. I'm going to go get some nuts. Be right back.
Is it possible that Barnes is better than believing that has spent his career, unfortunately, under Murray? Now, look, I actually told Jason this today. And look, I've been very critical of Javonte Barnes. I've said before that I've never seen anyone that looks like they were built in a lab like him and not be able to produce, because he looks like he was built in a lab. He has all the intangibles. But I told Jay last night after the live, maybe Barnes is the best back they had. I mean, he gets positive yards. Now, that's not saying much because he doesn't break tackles. I think Torrey Blaylock is that guy. I think Torrey Blaylock, by the time, if there's development, Torrey Blaylock's going to be special. If there's development, Jay, Barnes is the toughest.
Did they put an answer in here yet?
No, no one can. Marvin Mims. He was with Riley.
Marvin Mims is a Riley guy.
Yeah, Jay. No one. Look, Kenneth and Chavez. I don't think any of them put something in here, Jay. I haven't seen it. That it's gone crickets, man. It's silent. You're squirrels, but maybe crickets is what they are.
I was just asking the question for an answer. That's all.
Did Farouk develop?
He's not even there.
I'm reading the chat, Jay.
If he developed and was better, why isn't he there, Germ? So if they develop, you get rid of him? Tolly Walker?
I think what Chavez was saying was more about maybe the microwave society with BV, but he's also had 4 years. So I don't know if it was about positional coaches or BV. Maybe Chavez can clarify that.
Brent Venables.
And I'm not coming at Chavez for anything.
No, I'm not either. Hey, Brent Venables has done everything I hoped he'd do at Oklahoma defensively, Germ. When he came in with what they had under Lincoln Riley, what he's done
phenomenal on the defensive side.
What he's done on the defensive side is freaking phenomenal. If they could figure it out offensively.
It's what every OU fan wanted, to have this kind of defense. OU fans 4 years ago begged for this. They wanted this, and I was one of them, Jay. I wanted this defense.
Agree. And now they got to figure it out offensively. And you know what? I said this last night too when I brought up all this stuff about guys from the past. You can change the narrative. You can fix it. You go out there and win 9 games this year with this offense. It's different. But the other question I would ask is, offensively this year, Germ, how many long touchdown plays have they had?
Not many. And Jay, the other one is like guys like Ott who either they missed on the evaluation or they can't develop anyone.
I don't even know if the Ott thing is a development thing or that's just a whole issue.
And Jay, I haven't seen Kenneth comment yet or Chavez, but I may have missed it. There's a lot of chat, a lot of people chatting.
Kenneth might have left. He's not. I don't think he's on there anymore. I don't.
Sandstop said I wasn't crazy about Levy's offense because I thought it was more of a gimmick offense built on how fast they played. Yeah, I mean there was that, and they're playing fast right now. But guess what Mississippi State's doing, Jay? Better than anyone in the country, maybe.
What's that?
Running the football.
Oh yeah, but that he likes to run the football.
I know.
No, this isn't true. This is not true.
Hey, Chavez, if you only come on here after a loss, then maybe. But Jay and I, and I'm not speaking for everyone in the chat because I don't speak for people, but I've given OU plenty of kudos this year and BV kudos. Now, one thing I will say is I have not given DeMarco Murray much kudos because I haven't seen the running backs do much since he's been here.
Now, Crazy Zaya says, not on BV. The plays are there. O-line isn't perfect, but the plays are there. Now, I would agree some of the plays are there, and they're not getting to him either with bad blocking. But my question with that, and ultimately the thing is, though, and it's unfortunate, but when you're a head coach, it doesn't matter who takes the blame on the offense or whatever. You are the head coach, so you're going to get some of the blame. Now, the O-line, though, hasn't been good in a few years. It hasn't been very good. In fact, could you say, tell me if you could say this, the last 2 years O-line in your lifetime, are they the worst you've ever seen?
The what?
The last 2 years of OU's O-line, is it the worst?
Yeah, it's been the worst.
So 2 of the worst years are these 2 years, offensive line-wise.
Correct.
That you're not going to win many games in this conference with bad O-line.
Not in this conference, correct.
You just
I don't know about Tatum. I don't know the thing about Tatum. And John, the recipe, the design was to have Jeff Lebby as the OC going in the SEC. That
Correct.
was the design. This is not what OU wanted. However, with that situation, they moved on. But that was not in the cards. That was not in the plans.
Hey, real quick.
There, we got an answer from Kenneth.
Roxy, I don't.
DG and O-line Guyton.
So Guyton and DG left and was better. He did better at working.
And Guyton didn't play the last half of the
That pretty
season.
much answered my question as far as skill players, Jeremy. There's not one listed.
There's no skill players listed. You're correct.
And hey, here's the thing. I saw somebody
They had bad skill player, man. Development.
Roxy asking about 20 yards or more. I'm not even saying 20-yard or more plays. I'm saying touchdown plays. They've had some 20-yard big plays, but I'm talking about touchdown. When was the last time they threw a long pass for a touchdown, Jeremy?
Michael Hawkins.
Last year?
This year. First drive.
Oh, the scramble.
He's getting tackled. He throws it up in the end zone.
That was still, what, 40 yards?
Yeah.
I'm talking like a 65, 70-yard. When have you seen that play the other day with Burks? If he breaks one tackle, he might score.
Yeah, and someone mentioned Burks. So I don't know that Burks is a game changer. I don't think he is.
Hey, the other thing I want to say, well, I'll get to it in a minute. Let's get to, I think we got corrections. What's up, man?
What's up, gentlemen?
How you feeling, man? Is it going to be a W this week, baby?
I'm feeling good, baby. Feeling good.
You should feel good after I picked against him. You should feel great.
Yeah, geez, I couldn't believe you did that, but
I'm trying to help the Sooners out.
disappointing, man. First of all, rest in peace, University Liquors in Norman, Oklahoma. It was a bad day for them. Baker needs to tell them right now to take that big old window cling of him out of that front store window, because that's it's not a good look. For those who don't know, they were FBI raided this morning, and rumor has it had to do with human trafficking, and so it's not good.
Not good at all.
No. But anyways, I'm really excited about this game this weekend. Like I've said before, it's, we're going to find out what this team is all about. It's about, hey, they're going to let this thing go off the tracks, or we're going to get this thing back on the tracks, be 6-1 with all of our goals still ahead of us. The one thing I wanted to, you bring up an interesting point about the long pass. And I was thinking about this the last couple of days, and I'd like to get you guys' opinion on it. It kind of feels like Arbuckle doesn't want to take those, 50-50 chances with throwing downfield and getting a big chunk play. It almost feels like kind of like the movie Moneyball, right? Like, we're not going to go after the players who might be able to hit a home run here or there. It's just to get on base. The high percentage, just get on base, get on base, get on base. That almost kind of feels like what Arbuckle's doing. He doesn't want to take those more riskier plays, a 50-50 jump ball or anything like that, but he wants to take those 5-yard, 10-yard passes that are a higher percentage and just kind of roll with kind of the statistics on that. What do you guys think about that?
Here's what I would say to that, corrections. I think the mentality, this is what I would guess. When you have 50-50 balls, right? That percentage isn't great. Now, I think Ben Arbuckle would love to take 50-50 chances down the field. But when you can't run the ball well, and you know that if you throw one downfield and you get nothing, now you're in 10 yards to go, 2nd and 10. So to me personally, this is my personal opinion, he wants to get some yardage because he knows it's a struggle in some areas. If they were able to pick up 8 or 10 running the ball on a 2nd and 10, I think he may take more shots. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm not saying that I agree with not taking the shot down the field. It just kind of feels like maybe that's his mentality. Maybe I don't know, but I guess what's real frustrating is he won't take those shots. But at the same time, we have all these wasted plays that never work over and over and over with a tight with no gaps between the linemen. We're running the ball inside of a phone booth between the tackles. That never works. We don't have the offensive line to do that. I mean, they couldn't push the bunch of cheerleaders lined up on the defensive side of the ball off the line of scrimmage. They're just that bad. So it's like, okay, if we're just going to have wasted downs where it's going to be 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 12 because we can't run the ball between the tackles, it's like, at least, let your skilled players at least try to make a play for your team. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know the old adage, you get to 2nd and 1 or 2nd and 2, you take a shot.
Yeah.
Because you'll get 3rd down anyway. For OU, when they get to 2nd or 2, they'll get an 8 or 9 yard completion on 1st down. And in your mind, you're thinking, just get the 1st down. You're not thinking about throwing a deep one because then you got to worry about on 3rd and 2 if you can pick it up or not.
Right. Yeah. And the last point I'm going to make, I'll get off here real quick. Last point, I rewatched the Texas OU game, and I hate to watch losses after the game again because I just don't want to relive it. But it's just how lucky is Texas, man? 3 out of the last 4 years, it's like the year number 1, we didn't have our starting quarterback out with a concussion. We had to roll out Davis Bevel, who couldn't complete a forward pass to get blown out. 2nd year, we actually are at full strength. We win that game. The third year, we're between quarterbacks. It's the worst offense we've had in every history. And then this year, we catch him. Batir has the worst game of his career. 17 days after surgery. And, I still believe, even though we lost that game, Texas earned the right to win that game. I'll still die on the hill that I believe that OU is still a better football team than Texas this year. That's just my opinion. People can disagree with it, but I believe at full strength with Mateer, full strength, that we are a better football team than Texas. And it's frustrating that Texas gets so dang lucky, 3 out of the past 4 years just to catch us in bad situations where it's just frustrating, man. And I feel bad for BV because that man cannot catch a break on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Part of that, though, is like he's on his 4th coordinator in 4 years. Part of that's got to be on him.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Alabama under Nick Saban, they were losing coordinators all the time, every year, to other teams.
Winning. They were winning. I
agree with that. So I'm not, but my only point is losing coordinators, isn't, I mean, it's not of a sign of something bad going on. It's just, Levy went to a good situation. I remember the same people that are complaining about BV now were the same ones calling to fire Levy, and we were like, adios, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out when he went to Mississippi State. When he was a dang good offensive coordinator, look what he's doing as a head coach now. So.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Corrections.
Well, they have corrections. Yeah, thanks for the call, corrections. Hey, they have a chance.
Thanks, guys.
They have a chance this Saturday to, we're sitting here talking about the loss to Texas. You can come out Saturday and win that game and look good offensively somehow. It looked a lot better going forward. But they just got to come out there and do it. They got to come out there and do it. That's all there is to it.
And this is a good point by Boomer. And hey, I wanted to mention from what FanStop said earlier, Jay. Is it BV's fault or the coordinators? And here's what I would say: it's both. Here's why: it's the coordinator's fault that there's no development. Sorry, the position coach's fault if there's no development, right, Jay? But it's BV's fault if he feels like there should have been a change at the position coach position and he didn't make the change. He kept guys that he maybe should have gotten rid of. That would be where BV would fail. But it's not BV's fault that there isn't development. It would be BV's fault that he's the CEO of the organization and didn't make a change or move when it needed to be. Jay, do you got trivia before we get off here? I agree with that other comment. This is a massive weekend for OU. I don't know what Jay said about trivia. I think he's getting trivia. Has DeMarco Murray recruited any back that is fire? How many running backs did he let move on? How are they doing? They're doing pretty well, Paul. They're doing pretty well. So that's a concern. Some of the guys that they've gotten, not doing well. Check out Sugar 66, 918, our very own 918, owner of Sugar 66, the fine dessert shop in the 918 area, over at the Mother Road Market, or over by the Blue Well in Catoosa. Go check out Sugar 66. If you do so, tell them you're a Surgeaholic, though, just so you guys can have that chat.
Trivia tonight, going back to last year, OU versus South Carolina. Going to relive it. I know we don't want to, but here's the trivia question. How many fumbles did OU have in that game? Total fumbles. I'm not talking about how many that South Carolina got. I'm talking about fumbles.
There was a lot.
How many fumbles did OU have in that game? Not 7.
Smoke coming quick with that, though.
Smoke came very quick. Not 4, not 5. Corrections. Way
Got
to go,
it, Corrections.
Corrections got it tonight. 6 fumbles. How many
Hey.
did you lose, Jerm?
3?
They lost 2. They also had 2 interceptions.
Hey, Jay.
Good job, Corrections. brother. Good job, Corrections. Let's go, man.
A good fun note, Jay, tidbit. They had 6 fumbles last year, and the guy who wears number 6 for OU this year is the starting running back, Torrey Blaylock, and he's had 0. Great ball security. Hey,
you
thanks.
could say OU this year, running back-wise, have they fumbled the ball at all?
No, they've been good in ball security, Jay. Hey, guys, thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate all the support of the here on the Sooner Surge. We'll be back tomorrow night for more chat about this upcoming OU versus South Carolina game, 11:45 on the SEC Network. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a terrific Thursday. Fall is around the corner. Cooler temps.